podcast.
We are. We are. We need some. I feel like we need some listeners.
Yeah, I mean, it's still fun between the two of us, but if people want to join in, this is a special edition of the podcast, which well,
yeah, highlight. Oh, hang on. It's just annoying. That's alright. Cause my.
And it's there. Great.
What was your race like? Just while we wait for other people to comment on theirs. So we're gonna.
I just had to switch my screens a lot. I was in the settings, turning off the game, getting on the game, so I just had to do a lot of things. I got disconnected 4 times. I had to close the application and open it 4 times. So it was really not that. But yeah, I've had a bit of fun just chasing Ibo. When I got close to him and tried to overtake him, I got disconnected. Then when I came back on, I was 5 seconds behind him, so had to do it all again. It wasn't very fun, but it is what it is. At least I finished the race. That was my main goal that I said on the podcast before. So I'm happy with myself. And you, of course, because
I wasn't trying to sandbag earlier or anything.
And you know what? The thing is, my game was so broken that it didn't even show me who won the race, and it was Coco who told me. And I couldn't believe it at first, but yeah.
Well, it was weird. I got it a bit luckily. I didn't really deserve it, if I'm honest. Like, Maka played a good strategy and come out just behind me on the soft. When I was on the mediums, like into my mediums then. So it was a bit weird. Like he just got caught up behind heated and wave, and he never really recovered. But I broke my wing on like lap 1, I think. Only like yellow wing, but that kept me behind.
Was that with me?
No. What happened with you? Because you were behind me and then you disappeared. Did we?
Yeah, that was the thing. Because in the first lap, the start was alright. I didn't have any trouble. But then turn 2 and turn 3, I started to get the disconnection thing. And Coco was actually saying that you hit me in the back, and that's how you damaged your wing. So yeah.
And it's Cloudy, I believe. I believe
Yep.
that's Cloudy's.
Yeah,
IRL
that's
name.
Cloudy.
Cloudy's been in the wars. It seems. I think there's been a little bit of. I think him and Bastos are having a battle. I don't really want to make it too negative. I'm guessing Cloudy's not feeling very chuffed right now. But
You know what? It's like me and Car Cannon. Every race. I mean, honestly, now in China we did not make contact with one another, so that's an achievement all in itself.
What happens? What happens to Car Cannon though? Because Car Cannon retired.
Well, first of all, Coco was the one who took Car Cannon out of qualifying.
Oh.
And in the race, I'm not sure what happened to Car Cannon. Maybe he can comment and tell us, because I haven't talked to him. Of course, I sent him a message after the race ended. He hasn't responded yet, so
I wonder if
he can tell us.
is the video still working?
Yeah, it is. I mean, for me at least.
I can't see it. Let us know the video's still working. So we've got 5 listeners. Wow, this is impressive.
And I'm not actually on the podcast on my phone, so it's 5 other people. Here you go.
V5 in the building.
Yeah, let's all give a warm welcome to V5 coming in the podcast. And again, if anyone wants to join the party and talk to us, or just want to say hi, then yeah.
I sound like I'm talking in a massive hall.
Well,
let me see if I can. Let me see if I can.
Is it better now?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
There you go. Cloudy wants an invite.
Yeah, Cloudy, maybe use your alternative account. Maybe. V5, is that any better? Just let us know.
So you're the party leader, so you have to invite Cloudy.
Oh, do I need to invite him?
Oh, you're the master of our audio side.
Oh, oh, really? Oh, okay.
I'm just the guy with that's in the main menu. If people want me to do some laps around different tracks, then whatever. Just to not get bored.
I want to see you around Monaco. That's what I want to see. Right, let's invite Cloudy.
I guess I could do a lap around Monaco. Yeah, I sound more quiet now. It's just my microphone tends to be really loud, so and my headset actually. That's why maybe Mark was having an echo. And hello, Cloudy.
Good evening. Good evening. This is the United Kingdom. Cloudy Balloons here.
How you getting on, Cloudy? You good?
Yeah, I've had my dinner and I feel all refreshed.
Talk us through. Obviously, try and keep it as clean as possible. I know that obviously there's been a bit of craziness gone down in D2. But yeah, what happened?
Well, Australia, I can accept, was sort of a bit of carnage. I had a run in Australia, was fighting for position, and then I got hit in the rear and spun and thrown into the wall. And then I thought, okay, it's race one instant, let's move on. Bahrain, I was being dive-bombed constantly by cars, lost front wing, and then spun it and hit the wall again. And then today I've been hit again, and I'm just sort of losing the motivation, so I just gave up.
Is D2 like a D4, or that's why you're just all hitting each other?
Robert, if we turn down the volume on this, I think that might be causing an echo.
Let me just do that for us. Right, I turned down the volume, so hopefully it works.
Cool.
Right, so I was saying, sorry, is D2 like the new D4? Are you guys just playing, just crashing constantly?
Well, I think there is quite a bit of argy-bargy going on in that one, and it's certainly not the D2 it was last season, I'll say that.
Okay. One thing this is the first time I've heard your voice, Cloudy. You sound a lot like Falcon. I don't know if you've ever heard Falcon speak, but you two sound exactly alike.
Which Falcon? I know, is it, you mean, what's his name, ERL Falcon or whoever?
IRL Falcon, yeah. You sound really similar.
I think it's because I'm half from New Zealand, so.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
But don't sound 100% British.
Fair play. We just got a message from V5 saying that don't let that distract you from the fact I hit the safety car at Bahrain.
Now, was that on purpose?
Yeah.
Just to make it speed up.
But yeah, Who won in D2? Cloudy, do you know?
I
think
believe it was Lee Finlay, or Lee... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Lee Finlay.
Okay. Not fair. And how do you see... Who do you think's the early front runner? I mean, it sounds like Lee's are very quick, but who's the quick guys this season?
Well, I think before the season, myself and Waluigi, we were expecting, okay, this is our year. But then we've sort of been shocked a bit because we've got Lee Finlay, he's showing very good pace. You've got the Y-High guy, he's very quick as well. J. Cole, don't count him out. And the guy who finished second, who I really can't remember his PSN either, he's quick. So, yeah, I think the plan now is really just to get back. Well, I'm not racing in Baku because I messaged during the race, but for Spain, get it all together and try again. Hope to make the finish.
Wait,
So
you got a race ban for messaging in the race?
Yeah, I think that's a rule, isn't it?
It is, and Cloudy has a bit of habit. I remember in USA, last season, Cloudy going absolutely doolally crackers at some point. So, just stop messaging in the race, dude. Like, what are you doing?
That's weird. I didn't know you can actually get banned for that.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. V5. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done in PRL. Mr. Lee Finlay won it comfortably. I've seen in the chat that Lee's trying to push up to Division 1. I think he feels like he's ready for that. From what you've seen of that, Cloudy, what are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, certainly. He's been at the top of his game. I think he's sort of sent a message to the whole opposition, I'm here to win the championship. And I think everyone's become a bit shocked by it, really. You've got the reigning champion, Waluigi, he was going in on a high, but I think for him, his confidence has been dented a bit now from these newer guys who are really making a first good impression.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you think of it, Robert, but obviously we all three of us raced Waluigi last season, but I was practicing with him earlier, and he wasn't much quicker than me and Wave. I know it's only practice, but I was quite shocked.
It's definitely only practice. Let's be real here. Waluigi is a lot faster than us. He's at the top, we're at the bottom.
Fair, okay, yeah, cool. Hopefully people can hear us now. I think it seems like people can hear us, but yeah, just give us an update.
As a disclaimer, my main problem in the Chinese Grand Prix was the disconnection issues. So yeah, it's weird that I'm the one doing the live stream.
Yeah.
So hopefully the Romanian internet will not let me down again.
I think something also that's worth talking about, I think it happened to someone here in D2 in Australia, I'm not sure. In this game, let's say a car retires, he doesn't ghost immediately, he doesn't ghost, like, he'll retire, he won't ghost until he pulls off the track. So I've seen cars running into the back of retiring cars because they're not pulling off immediately and not ghosting. So some drivers' races are being ruined by that. I think I saw that in Australia in the first race. So
trust me, I've got a lot of experience with hitting the back of cars in Australia. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Now you did that with Car Cannon, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, that's interesting you bring that up, Cloudy, because we mentioned that before. This game seems to ghost out a lot later than the last game. Robert was saying, it's more realistic, I suppose. You've got to avoid on track obstructions and stuff in real F1. So yeah, it is a change though. So I think it catches people out. I think is more the point. But I think the more people race this game, the more they get used to it. I suppose.
Yeah, for certain. It's a case of the game is really realistic this year. I'll say that maybe a bit too realistic with the tyre temperatures, because I know around Monaco, if you're on a pad, you can't control the tyre temperatures, and I've seen people complaining about that on the forums. But it's a step up in realism. The safety car's working, which is good because that wasn't very realistic last year. Yeah, it's an improvement in realistic, but I do have to question maybe it's a bit too realistic. But yeah.
Fair. I mean, Dave Deja Vu. Rest in peace, everyone at the castle section next week. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a really good point. If the ghosting's not working, well, not working, not working the wrong word, but if it's a lot less sensitive in this game, you really don't want to be behind a car that's going to bin it in the Baku castle, do you? That's going to be fun.
Just get pole position then.
But what if you're the pole man and you crash at the castle section?
Well, I mean, it's not your fault.
That major blockade.
You're out of the race, right? So you shouldn't feel bad for the rest of the guys.
To be fair, I wonder what the rule is of you talking during the race when you're not in it. This is something that we need to clarify.
Yeah, I think at first, because from other leagues I'm in, they usually just say, oh, just turn off notifications or don't look at it, it's not much of a problem. But I sort of can understand why you don't want messaging during the race, because it can throw off people, it can distract people, it can block the timing screens as well. I've noticed that a few times. But it's something I think that needs to be clarified, really, because it's not enforced. In my personal opinion, I've seen people doing it, not getting told off for it, whereas some other people are doing it during the race and they are getting told off for it. So I'm not too sure what the situation there is, but I go by it, don't message through the race in this league.
Yeah.
Well, if you message, and if you really want a race ban, just send the restart as the message. Just...
No, please don't even joke. That caused so much drama. In which race?
Australia.
Which race? Australia, yeah. Of course. Yeah, don't even joke.
Just imagine having loads of capped messages popping up just saying restart.
Yeah, not the best moment in PRL history. But Division 1 looked better from the look of it. I haven't seen, I'm not in the D1 chat. I think certain drivers in Division 1 are just annoyed, particularly the champions, that I tend to beat them in practice, so they don't really let me in there. So they don't let me in, but yeah, I haven't seen any complaints because it's been a bit all over.
Just to get satisfaction.
They're all practicing for Azerbaijan already.
Yeah.
I think most of the guys in D1, from looking at a list, most of them have at least experience from F1 2016 before, like 2015, 2014 as well. So they've got used to the game.
It's very competitive. Going back to something that V5 said, sorry, V5 was saying that Waluigi's speciality is wet races.
Well, I actually have something to say about this. Last season, Australia, I finished 3rd, while Luigi finished 4th. So just remember that, V5, okay?
I will say from Waluigi, from what happened in, I think it was USA last season. Yeah. From USA last season was lost my point now. Yeah, in the USA last season, in the rain, he was very quick. He pulled out maybe a 30-second gap from the guy in second place. But then it started drying up, and the first half of the race was wet, and then the second half was dry. And in that second half, I was in second place, just to close up to about 5 seconds. And another few laps I could have had him, but he's certainly proved to be more skillful when they're wet.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that's maybe fair. Robert obviously fancies his chances. If we did a wet league, obviously Robert would be beating Waluigi every week.
Oh yeah, definitely. He doesn't stand a chance against me. You can put me in D1 in the wet races.
Wasn't
for anyone... Sorry, go on.
Sorry,
go on,
wasn't Mexico D2 last season a wet race as well?
No,
I think it
Mexico
started-
last season was when I had a crash with Aldoro. I remember that.
Oh yeah, I remember. It started dry. Aldora took out half the grid on the first lap, and then it turned wet.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, he cool. Yeah, that was not a fun race. I remember being very hacked off. I think that was D2 was not in a good place after that race.
I think that was the one where I was raging in the chat, possibly, because I think he spun me on that one. I was like, right, that's it. I can't take it anymore.
That was the moment where I sort of started to believe that we're this big family, and then Aldoro was just trying to do harm to all of us, and we united against him. As soon as I saw V5 get angry in the chat, that's when I knew it was serious.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The moment V5 gets pissed off and threatens, starts swearing, and sorry, I shouldn't swear on this. It might get banned on YouTube. But the moment V5 gets annoyed, yeah, you know that you probably offended people. Dave is making a real big point in the chat that he got P2, so we better shout out Dave. Well done. Fair play, Dave.
That was an amazing drive, Dave.
Congratulations.
V5 with the new hashtag bring back Aldo.
I will say, bring him back for the podcast, because when I listened to that was good.
Were
that
fire.
was entertaining. That was real entertainment. That was better than Gogglebox.
Just have a weekly podcast, a weekly section of the podcast where Aldoro has a debate against LFC, and that would be amazing.
Do you know what I really, when I interviewed him, I did struggle. I'm not gonna lie. I was fairly chill. Well, I don't know. I've got a switch, and he was nearly pressing it a few times. But LFC is an incredibly. He's probably the most intelligent man I know, and I wouldn't want to annoy him because he's just so sharp. I really wanted to get them two on the same show, but I don't think it'd have been.
It's a recipe that only burns on the. It looks bad on the outside, but you want it on the inside.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we got Dave is in the. Do you know what? I'd be more than happy. You know, in all seriousness, if the guy actually cleaned up his act, he was very quick. He was very quick. I'd quite like to. I'd love for him to come back. And
yeah. I think he was quick. I think it was in Singapore in D2. He was keeping on pace with the top guys, but a shame he kept dive bombing and losing his front wing about twice. He could have taken the win.
Yeah, it's hard to root for someone that's so. What's the word? It's just arrogant, I suppose. It's no other word. But yeah, absolutely. So, Cloudy, what's the feeling with yourself and how your season's gone so far? Because it seems like you and Danny. Now, Danny was my old teammate from last season. I really get on well with Danny, but he seems to be surrounding himself in a lot of controversy this season. What's happened? What's your opinion on how he's driving?
Well, I've got 0 points, so there's the answer. But I mean, he's been aggressive for sure. There have been some good battles, but maybe he's just pushed the line a little bit too far on occasion, chopped off a few front wings on the way. But he's aggressive, and every driver has to be aggressive. But when you push that aggressive line too far,
You become
that's when
Eldoro.
it can become problematic. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was aggressive, and if he was aggressive at the right time, he would have been brilliant. He would have been probably winning races, but he was aggressive at the wrong time. For example, you want to be aggressive when defending, but when you're being aggressive, pushing other drivers off the track, chopping their front wings off, trying to push them on the grass or whatever, that's when you'll lose out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We've got LFC commenting at some point on the D3 chat. We're gonna try and get LFC aware that we're doing this. 'Cause I wanna
LFC has
see-
to
oh.
come on. You know, we're all co-hosts on the D3 podcast, but I've never spoken to LFC in my life.
Oh, it's so annoying that he can't. That he's out today. I don't know if he's back yet. I doubt it.
It'd be awesome. It would be a new partnership would start between me and LFC.
I think we need to do that next week. If he's racing next, he will 100% be racing unless he's doing something. Because he loves Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is literally that, Abu, and Russia. He loves Russia. Does anyone else like Russia?
Well, Russia's a good track. It's fun. It's a fun track.
It's a fun track, but you can't overtake. That's the problem with it. It feels really nice to drive. It's really flowing, and you feel at one with the car, but you can't overtake. So if you're in a train around enjoying yourself, but you can't pass cars.
Again, just take pole position. Simple.
It's not that difficult though. It's not that easy though when you're one of the slowest in your division.
Just don't race.
Well, that's what he's doing next week.
Yeah.
See, it's funny though because all three of us, we're not that. If you look at last season, I was the slowest by a considerable margin by the end. I think me and Robert were quite evenly matched to the point. But Cloudy, you were very quick. Have you lost a bit of edge? What? Because what's happened? I know that you're in a quicker division. I know the guys in your division are very quick, but what kind of positions are you fighting for as well? Like when you're crashing? Because I haven't really seen.
It's usually around the bottom end of the top 10, maybe 10th, 11th. So it's not ideal or where I want to be, but you've just got to make the most of the scenario you're in. And I do think personally it's just practice. I haven't had that much time to practice on this game, but with 2017 I was awful at the start. Like I was in leagues, I was not finishing in the points, but say when we got to about Christmas time, that's when I really felt I started to develop, really up my pace.
That's
Once I
what you
got
wish
the
for
hang of it.
Christmas.
Early Christmas present would be nice, but we'll see.
That was very similar to me and Robert though. I think me and you both developed around
Well,
that kind of.
when I started off racing in PRL on F1 2017, I was terrible. I was so slow, and I don't know how I managed to get quicker and actually fight for podiums in my second season, and now I'm back at being terrible.
I think guys who got the beta have an early advantage, and they're like all the quick ones, and guys who didn't get the beta are towards the back possibly.
Well, I don't think the beta would have helped me because I've practiced a lot since the game came out, and I cannot get any faster. I don't know why.
Do you know what? Do you know what makes it worse is that if I invited, well, I don't know if any of my cousins are all pretty old, but if I invited LFC, which I did, to the league, and he was spanking me, I wouldn't feel very happy. And obviously Coco.
Yeah, I knew where you were going with this. Okay. Just rub it in my face.
Coco's doing incredibly well. Like, he is an incredibly quick driver. I thought I at one point, even though I won today, I really thought there was no way. I think he, Wave and Maka, I thought were on a different level. So I was very surprised when he didn't. Is there anything that happened? Because I know he mentioned he made contact with somebody, but obviously he was very far back. What do you know what happened with him?
Well, he had an accident with heated. He got spun. I think he got maybe he got damaged. I'm not sure. He did have a drive-through penalty for something. I'm not sure why. That's why he was so far behind. He had a 3-stop. So, and guess what? He finished 10th, and I was 9th. So, I was the better Romanian this week.
So it's 2-1. We'll ignore the points. It's 2-1.
Yeah, it's 2-1. That's what counts.
Who's your rival then, Cloudy? Do you have a natural person that you look out to try and beat?
I don't think it's fair for me to judge a rival at the moment with my current form, but ask me when we get to the midpoint of the season and I might have an answer. Depends.
Yeah. His rival will be Deki.
Well, do we have any other... I wonder if Dave and V5 have a rival. I wonder who Dave's rival is. Dave lives on Planet Dave in regards to his races. Not like he's an odd individual. He just has his own races where he starts... I don't know, whenever I see him, he's never battling anyone and just comes fourth.
Yeah, he's just like Steve-O.
I think in D2 last season, I sort of judged Waluigi, V5, Army at the top, and then sort of maybe Dave Javu, Robert Sam. I class those two very similar on pace. Yourself, Old School, and Maka and Steve-O in the midfield, and then Ibo towards the back. And I'd sort of put Robert and Dave Javu on the same sort of pace.
Yeah, Robert was... No, I think there's one other I would add, which is like Tiggerby.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He'd be in there.
Yeah, and but Robert used to be... me and Robert used to battle. And we used to have... we had a couple of good battles.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi season 15.
Yeah, no, season 15 we did. And then season 16 you kind of just went away from me. It's quite sad. You must be... In fact, it must feel a little bit like how it does now. Yes! Sorry.
Yeah, you got me there.
I've had a beer. I'm drinking currently.
This will be interesting.
Yeah,
just keep drinking, and we'll see by the end of the live stream how drunk you'll
nice
get.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe you'll get into another argument with Maka again for no reason.
I don't need to get into an argument with Maka. I've comprehensively beaten him today. It's absolutely fine. Maka.
Okay, you're getting cocky now. That's fine.
Here's a good game you should have played last season. Take a shot every time Aldoro took out the car.
You get hammered by lap 2.
I'd be more drunk than when I was last week when I won. So we've got V5. I'm not sure who I consider my rival. D2 is really close, so it's too early to tell. Yeah, V5 is kind of eclipsed at the moment anyway. Now Luigi, from what I can see, which must be satisfying. That must be satisfying.
Yeah, that's how you feel in regards to beating me?
No, no. I'll tell you who my rival is, and I'm really annoyed. I don't know what's happened to him because he hasn't raced the last 2 races. My rival is Stevo. Like, whenever me and Robert have battled, or anyone else, I've never really like. I've always wanted to keep it. I'd still really want to keep it clean with Stevo. Don't get me wrong, but like if me and Dave have battled or whoever, but Stevo, he was the guy that he robbed me of my podium by 2 tenths round USA in I think season 15. I got a 3-second penalty, and ever since then I've really wanted to beat Stevo. I've really wanted to, like, really. I don't know. I get annoyed if I lose to Stevo, basically.
Oh, you will lose to Stevo. Definitely.
I will. He's just annoyingly consistent. Who's your rival then, Robert? Who do you look to?
Well, now that I think about it, of course I'm tempted to say Coco, since he's my cousin, and he always brags about being faster than me. Well, kind of. We were about the same pace. I had some good tracks, he had some good tracks, but now he's better at almost every track.
Cloudy, who's your rival? Either last year or who was your rival last year? Actually, who's your rival? Last year?
I think last year it was to class me as a rival because I came in halfway through the season, and I think I sort of put myself not quite at the top with the likes of Waluigi, V5, and Army, but not in that midfield. I was sort of halfway between the midfield and the top, so it's quite tough to really put me with a rival with anyone, I think. But
no, I agree. I do you know. I think you got a spot on because you come in and you were way quicker than me. You were just, if anything, actually, I would say you and Robert. Funny enough, last season.
Yeah. Because were we teammates? I think we were both in Force Indias.
Well, I had like 5 teammates over the course of the season, so forgive me if I don't know. That season was horrible for Force India. I started off with the Force Romania. I had Cristiano for the first 2 or 3 races. Then I had Kalik, who was too fast and he moved away. Then I had some races without any teammate whatsoever, and towards the end you came in and completed the lineup for the season.
Right. I think we should play a game.
All right.
I think we should play Grill the Grid with V5. If he's listening, V5. If you're still listening and you're up for this, just give us a nod. We'll throw some questions at you. I don't know if we've got the ability to. I don't know if we've actually got the ability to do it.
Well, we're too,
So is it more
too
just
dumb. We can't ask questions.
He's in. Right. Okay. So let's fire some questions, like the quick fire questions on the podcast. Let's fire some questions at V5. Cloudy, you go first. Go on.
It's not very quick fire, but do you think you can win a race?
Well, I'll be intrigued to see what he puts. I think he can win a race. What do you think?
Well, he just said yes, so yeah, he'll win a race.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Okay.
I'll hold him on that. I'll hold him on that then.
Okay. If you had to pick one person in your division to not team up with at the moment, who would it be?
Just bear in mind, I've got 0 points.
He said he quite rightly said he should have won Bahrain. Is that safety car brake testing him?
You know, Cloudy, the thing with the 0 points, I just got my first 2 points here in China, so I know how it feels.
Yeah, but I can't get any till Spain because I'm not in next week, so...
Well, I mean, you wanted to message during the race. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
I have a very binary approach to point scoring. I either win or I DNF.
Well, hopefully you just start DNFing more.
Yeah, well.
Just allow me to catch
Bring
up.
Aldoro back.
Yeah.
DNF rate goes up by 100%.
Wait.
I think I'd pick J. Cole. The dude doesn't like me for some reason.
How could you not
Who
like
doesn't
V5?
V5?
Yeah.
Does he not like Christmas picnics and sunny days? What's wrong with this guy?
Wow. Well, that's a surprise. All right.
Wow.
I guess it's time for my question. Who is your favorite teammate so far?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Not biased.
Oh. Oh dear. I wonder. I don't know. I'm really hoping we don't get an answer. I may have broken up. I've just gone into the kit. No, thanks guys. I don't know what.
I just had a heart attack because when I heard you were interrupting, I thought my internet was down. So
No. Sorry.
I'm steaming right now. I'm gonna open a window.
Let's get another beer.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks guys. I don't know what his problem. How weird. J. Cole seems like a really nice guy too, though. In all fairness.
Alright, well, V5 responded to my question. He said, that's a tough one. How dare you make me pick between Maka and myself?
Well, it depends
Okay.
if you like a teammate scoring points.
Okay,
in
now
that, I
I got the answer I wanted. So, officially,
suppose. Oh, and I was right. I predicted his response.
that's official. I am V5's favorite teammate. So I can get an award for the final edition of the podcast, where we have our awards section. So I'm just gonna take a
Ooh,
picture of that
that's a
actually.
really-
I'm gonna remember that for the rest of my life.
That is a really good point, though. Dave. Oh, okay. I'll ask it. Oh, okay. Dave just went, no love for Yari, U5. Considering their current teammates. That's not, yeah. Oh, but he's awesome also, yeah. Alright, whatever. Cloudy, go on, ask, right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do one more question each, and then we'll ask Dave a question.
Alright, if you had to deliberately take someone out, who would it be?
So he's not going to say, surely he's not going to, I don't know. I'm intrigued. Now Luigi about 3 races before the end of last season, I would suspect. Just while we're waiting on V5. I think I think I said Steve-O for mine.
Yeah, me too.
Someone asked me this. Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Because he makes quite a lot of to the bone Romanian comments actually.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. See, this is classic V5. Like, I would never do that, but
Okay. That makes sense.
we are.
He's chosen Aldo, or Aldoro, I think that is.
Yeah. No, okay, all right. I'm away with that.
That's fair. Come on. Let's give it to him.
That is fair. That is fair. Okay, I'll ask a question. Would you rather come second to Lee this season, or if you could go back and beat Luigi last season, which would you pick? Assuming Lee's on a different planet, so would you rather come second though to him, or would you rather go back in time and beat Luigi last season? For the title, I should add. Not just in the race.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So V5 chose to beat Waluigi.
Yeah.
Makes sense because he struggled a lot last season to be on top, and of course most of us predicted that he would win the title. So he had a lot of pressure from the outside. To I say he had a lot of pressure. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't know. I just feel like V5 was quicker. V5 was a quicker driver. V5's always been quicker, in my eyes. And I think, but now Luigi's just got. Now Luigi's almost like a league racer, and I mean that with like a ton of respect. Like it's one thing to be quick, but it's another thing to be. It's probably why Wave is going to win the title this season in D3. And probably
It's about consistency.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely.
That's how
Absolutely.
I managed
It's
to
a
get
big
third in the championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what-
like, if
Go
you're
on,
winning every, I can't speak English. If you're winning every other race, but you're DNFing in all the other races, you're not going to win the title because you're not consistent enough.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think that's Robert's biggest skill. I think it was Steve-O's biggest skill. I think someone like that's why Decky beat Kara as well in Division 1 in season 15. I think
That was a great fight to watch.
that
that
was
was-
cool. I enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, I really followed all the highlights of that season from last place.
So what? Which race he had the most chance of winning from last season? So you broke up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. D1 in season 15 was great. Yeah. That's a good point.
I've got a little bonus question. I might ask him after we've done this question. Just a little banter question.
You come on here and you just take it way further. Okay, right.
I mean, he is a D2 driver, so we have to respect him.
Yeah, that's true.
We are inferior in this podcast.
Not just a D2 driver, a D2 driver with 0 points.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, hang on. You didn't answer Oh, go for it, Clara. You've not answered Robert's question.
So I must have broken up for everybody. Okay, I'm gonna repeat the question. V5, just pay attention this time. If you were to start last on every single race of the season, at which race do you think you have the most chance of winning from the back of the grid?
Personally, my answer to this question, it seems quite shocking, but I'd say Monaco actually,
Yeah,
because everyone else will
that's what I
probably
was
just
thinking
DNF
about.
and you can avoid all the carnage.
Exactly.
What track is it?
Australia.
What track is V5?
Okay, so V5 chose Australia.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
fair point.
I mean, he is quick around Australia.
I wouldn't have gone for that. Okay, interesting. Go on, Cloudy. What's your bonus question?
Right, bonus question is, are you watching Eurovision this year? Or next year even?
We need to talk. Cloudy, you strike me as a remarkably grounded young man, by the way. You seem like a very, very... You are less bonkers than I ever thought you were going to be. Why do you love Eurovision so much?
I consider it a sport.
Okay, I like the stats element of it. I like the statistics, but it annoyed me they changed them.
Okay, well,
Funny enough,
V5 has responded to your question, and I think we can't really say that out loud on the podcast. But basically,
I'm sorry, V5. I'm afraid you might be being taken out in Spain.
Ooh,
So,
he's now got two at J. Cole and Cloudy Blues.
nah,
Which
I'm
is-
joking. I'm joking, man.
I want to get back to Eurovision, actually. Is Eurovision
on.
like a big thing over there in the UK?
I think it gets more. It's talked about more rather than the songs. I'm not speaking English here. This makes no sense. It's referred to politics more, I'd say, than
Oh yeah, well,
singing.
what country
'Cause
votes for?
Yeah, you've always got Greece voting Cyprus, Cyprus voting Greece.
Nobody voting Romania.
the UK.
Yeah.
Nobody voting Romania. Nobody voting the UK because Brexit. Azerbaijan and Russia always voting each other. So people enjoy it for the politics sometimes as well.
Over here in Romania, Eurovision is one of the biggest cultural events, and most of us, I mean, not myself, but most of the country loves the contest. And okay, that voice cracked.
Serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Like, it's not. It's almost treated as like a semi-comedy thing. Like, no, it's taken serious, but like we never expect to do well in it, and it's almost funny. Like, oh, here we go. Oh, Ireland have voted for us, and that's it. Like, it's normally how it goes.
Well, they didn't vote us this year. I'll say that. We didn't get any points from Ireland.
Well, that's some huge drama right there. We should bring Gary
Right, so,
Gary on the show.
yeah.
Have him explain.
So Dave, right? Okay, we need to go on to Dave. But Dave did make a point there of saying, V5 went, if you can get close, and Dave said, you'll be lapping him though.
Because I'll get damage again. I'll be dive bombed. I'll get damage, and that's my opportunity. Go a lap down and take him out.
Fair. So we've got another listener. This is our peak, by the way. Right,
7
so
people.
let's ask Dave some questions. Let's Cloudy, I'll let you go on. Cloudy, you're the guest. Go on. You
All right. Why is your PSN a pun?
So is Robert's. Well, kind of.
Well, is it?
Oh, kind of. It's kind of a pun, isn't it? Well, like, not a pun, but a play on words.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
pun, right?
thing that got the most of you.
I mean, people thought I was on alcohol or high or something when I chose my PSN.
Cloudy blue, yeah, literally. It's probably I just love the way now Luigi says cloudy balloons. That was my favourite thing in the world. Cloudy balloon. Loved it.
Oh yeah, I remember that podcast.
Yeah. Genuinely. V5 has typed it out for us as well.
Yeah.
KALOWDRY and balloon with a Z. That is Cloudy balloon. So there we go. Go on, someone can have a look at that. He made it up because of the channel called Dave Javu, which I believe is Dave +1.
Yep, that's right. Dave's always got some interesting stuff on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, go on, Robert. You can go next.
Okay, I wasn't ready. Let me just think. Oh no. Oh my god. This is embarrassing.
It is. You are right. Like,
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, it's getting pretty late over here, so I'm getting
okay,
tired.
we'll ask the questions to Dave, and then I'll ask Dave a question and give you time to think.
Yeah, that's better.
So, okay. In regards to why did you pick Steve-O as a teammate? I'm really intrigued because you guys are about as quick as each other. I'm really intrigued as to why you picked Steve. Just Dave always ends up like teaming with people that is like literally just as quick as him. Always confuses me. I'm trying to think. Who are you guys teamed with? Robert's with Carl Cannon, obviously.
Yep.
Cloudy, who are you teamed with?
Niwa Luigi, because I think he got to pick first, didn't he?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. No. Wow. That's not a team I'd ever put together. Do you guys talk strategy? Or?
Well, we're on a Discord server together where we just talk sometimes, but we don't talk that much, but we thought it would be a really good lineup, but we've been proved wrong. 0 points on one half and like, I don't know, 20 on the other, so...
Okay, so Dave's come back to us, and good to test myself against a strong teammate, and both being PRL since about 2000 as well. Yeah, to be fair, they're very experienced drivers. And yeah, I think that's fair actually. They're veterans of PRL, the pair of them.
I wasn't even born in 2012.
He wasn't even born. What was that? I was only just starting work. Well, no, sorry. 2 years later.
I was in 6th grade.
You was in 6th grade?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's like 4 years older than my daughter. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my life, that's scary. Go on, Robert. You must have a question.
Yeah, I managed to think. Finally. So, Dave, do you think you'll be able to win the Constructors' Championship this season?
It depends what Steve-O's bloody doing. Where is Steve-O?
He's just getting ready for a victory. He wants to show it to you.
Yes, that's unlike Steve-O to disappear.
I mean, I think Steve-O well, maybe he doesn't appreciate it. He finds comedy in the stuff I send him sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I do, but
Didn't he record himself laughing?
yes.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's an unusual character.
Well, I mean, we all like Steve-O, so.
Steve-O has got like ironically, when you talk to Steve-O one-on-one, he's actually a decent bloke. I have to say, in Steve-O's defense. He's just a bit like you, Cloudy. You are off the wall. Talking to you, you're like the most normal guy. Like, it's just, don't know, people.
Yeah, they're weird.
Right, come on, Dave. Yes, but only if Steve-O stands up from now. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I think they would be favourites, you know, or maybe Macca and Coco would be actually.
You know, at the beginning of the season, I thought that me and Carl Cannon could easily win it, and now I'm kind of ashamed to say that. We have 6 points in 3 races.
Well, I think the biggest winner in the Constructors' title this race, in D3, was Ferrari.
Yeah.
It was me and LFC. So
you know, LFC did better than me, and he wasn't even here.
So you never know. Right, we'll have one bonus question for Dave, because I think we should wrap this up because we've been going an hour. But Yeah, go on, Cloudy, go on, you're the guest.
I can't ask another Eurovision question because I've done that. Trying to
Agreed.
think of a bonus question. Oh, I really can't think now.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Someone else ask a question because I can't think of one.
Mark, you take it.
Go on then. Dave, I said you'd be the one person that I didn't want to team with last season. Now, the only reason why I said that is because you were roughly as quick as me. And you always want to challenge yourself. But if you had to back yourself against one person in the league that was about as quick as you to beat them over a season, who do you think you would beat, other than Steve-O? I think you're actually going to be able to tell that I've got progressively more drunk through this.
And I got progressively more tired.
Yeah, fair.
I'm staying up as late as I can because at 11 o'clock, very exciting is happening. You guys won't care about, but I do. The season 2 of my favourite anime is coming out. It's one I post in the chat a lot, so.
Okay. Well, I'm watching.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I find it weird that you're staying up until 11 o'clock and it's already past 12 here, so. Yeah, time zones are weird.
Yeah. UK time.
Yeah, I know.
Well, now I'm watching the boxing and later on Conor McGregor's fighting. So
Oh,
I will
yeah.
wake up very early and watch that.
Wait,
And then
is
we
Dave
have,
from?
The race.
Is Dave from the UK? Or
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dave's from the UK.
I like the fact that PRL is so culturally diverse.
Yeah, I do. I like the fact it's quite. I like the fact that the French just talk to each other, Bellon and Emperor.
Well,
I like the fact the Finnish are all really quick. I like the fact the Germans are all really quick and.
you can take the piss out the Germans though by reminding them of the Germany-Korea football match.
oh,
I mean,
that was a great game.
If you want to go further back, we won't go there. But yeah, no, I love how everyone gets on, and there's not really many cultural. There's no one's really a male organ, shall we say?
Well, apart from Eldoro.
Yeah. But you know, I like that, and I think people have their spats, but I think people are all good people, which is what I like.
Well, I mean,
That's nice.
Steve likes to pick on Romania, which is it always amuses me, the fact that you guys have stereotypes for us, because we have stereotypes for us as well, and they're about the same. So whatever we say about our people, you say it as well. So that's interesting.
Yeah, but what I don't like is that I never judge anybody from where they're from, in the sense of I'm not being like, oh, you know, politically correct. Like, a country's a country. Everyone's different. Like, I've met polite French people. I've met comedic Germans. I've met moody Dutch. Like, people sometimes go against the stereotype. Like, anyway, oh sorry, Dave has replied. I'm improving at this game, so I think it would be Coco, since I'm very consistent. Yeah, okay, I can see that, actually. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Well, because I would say that's whoa,
We got some storm going on out there.
Zowdy, you okay? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Um,
We're back. We've just went through a thunderstorm.
we went through some cloudy blues.
Yeah.
Cloudy
That's
blues.
where the name is from. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, Dave says it's a tough one, but yeah. I think we're going to wrap this up. I really appreciate.
You
I
know
think
what?
we'll speak on behalf of
Before
everyone.
we end this, we
Go on.
should talk a bit about Azerbaijan. At least give our
Yeah.
predictions. So we can start off with Cloudy for D2. Your predictions?
Yeah.
D2, I'll score 0 points, and I believe Lee Finlay will wrap it up with another win.
Okay. That's fair. If you manage to get 0 points, then you have to come back on the podcast, and you know we can pay our respects.
Yeah, we'll
to
see.
you. Okay, Mark.
I think Division 3, I will come for. First will be Maka. Second will be Steve-O. And third will be Wave. I think I'm going to just quickly say D2, because Cloudy's on. I don't know. I think Lee might get. I don't know. I'm not speaking as an organizer here because I haven't actually spoken to organisers, but I suspect Lee might get moved up. So I would say V5 for the win. Yari seconds. Who third? I don't know. Ooh, that's a tough one. Luigi for third. Oh, and yourself, Robert?
So for D3, I'm backing my cousin up again. Coco for the win, because he's so determined to win a race. That's what he told me, at least after China. Then Maka second, and I'll put you third. Mark Old School 3000 for third.
I'm getting some respect again.
Well, you won back-to-back races, okay? So that's impressive.
That's surprising. That's what it is. Surprising. You got any other predictions for the other leagues? V5's put a prediction in. But have you got any predictions for the other leagues?
Well, for D2, I'm not sure actually. I didn't really follow you guys, so. But I'm gonna be nice and say V5 will win. That's not the nice part. I'm gonna put. I don't know. I'm gonna say Waluigi second, and Cloudy will get third.
Cloudy's not driving.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Well,
Yeah, he might
nobody
be.
will get third. That place is for Cloudy. So that's it. Just V5 and Waluigi. Yeah.
V5
sorry,
says
Cloudy.
me. V5 says me for Division 3. V5 for Division 2. And Michael for Division 1. It's a bit of a pad track. One thing I'll say about Azerbaijan, having a wheel doesn't really help you around here. So I think that might favour Maka and Steve-O particularly. Hence my prediction. And me. I don't use my wheel.
I don't have a wheel either, so just saying.
Cool.
Oh, okay, Dave
I'll-
with the realistic podium.
Dave with Ibo for first, LFC for second, Emperor for third. Let me tell you about LFC, right? LFC is not as slow as what people think. I promise you, he just can't race and he gets panicky. But he is quicker. He is quicker than Bellon by a mile.
His controller falls out of his hand as he's side by side with someone, like it's shaking so much. Oh god, I'm side by side. I'm gonna drop it. He drops it. No.
Genuinely, I don't think you're far off. V5, I think I'd struggle with a pad more. And then what do I know? I hit the bloody safe. Yeah, fair.
V5 loves to tell that story,
yeah.
I guess.
I think that's just literally... It's a bit of a claim to fame though, not many other people have done it.
I can imagine V5
Right,
just
I'm
talking
gonna
to his grandkids how he hit the safety car in season 17 in Bahrain.
Picture of a Mercedes AMG GT with a broken rear bumper, just on his wall.
Yeah.
One thing I'll just do real quick, clear up some of the chats. Silent Bob just said good racing tonight again. Made a mistake and gave up 6th at the end. Shame about the fuss at the start. We had a restart in Division 3. I think driver of the day for Division 3, by the way, I don't know what the rest of them are looking like, but we're going to go for Heated. For a very good result because he was leading Grand Prix for quite a while. But yeah, no, other than that, there's not much on the chat really to update anybody on. So look at the PRL chat if anyone's saying anything. But nah, not really. Yeah, no, I think. Thank you to Cloudy.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on, mate. It's been really good.
It's been a pleasure, genuinely. I think, thank you to V5 and Dave for their input. I'm pretty sure someone else gave some input as well. Oh no, it's Cloudy.
Hopefully we can do this again. Just have a new podcast every couple of weeks or so. Just have the PRL Live. That would be good.
This is a bit of a test run. A test run because I know Mitch was talking about doing it on a wider scale. So yeah, but cool. Yeah, I'm gonna head off. But no, good talking to you guys.
Well.
Oh no, hang on, David just said agreed with Heated as driver of the day. Great drive from him despite the errors. But yeah, congrats Heated. But yeah, no, nice talking to you guys. And I'm actually gonna genuinely head straight off because I'm gonna watch the boxing.
Alright, well,
Thanks, mate.
Good night, guys.
Cool. See you later.
See you.